Hi everyone, today I am so excited to finally share with you my recipe for gluten-free pita bread. This is unlike any other pita bread you've ever had. It is soft, it is tender, it is so good, and it's so easy. So let's get into it. I'm starting by weighing my liquid ingredients first directly into my bowl. And I'm starting with water and milk, and both of these are cold because I don't want the yeast to pre-activate. I want to keep it kind of dormant for the first 24 hours. And yes, this does do better if it sits in the fridge for 24 hours. So once we have the milk in there, go ahead and add in olive oil. And there's a good dose of olive oil in this. And I'm not sure really if olive oil is a normal ingredient in most pita bread recipes, but and I know milk is not, but I found that these two ingredients really added a lot of tenderness and softness to the pita that otherwise were dry without it. So I really enjoyed this pita, unlike any other I've ever had. And to this, we're adding the instant yeast, a little bit of sugar, a good hefty dose of salt. And like I said, everything is being weighed out directly into the bowl. This is how I normally work. Half the time I weigh everything out just for the sake of the video, but if I'm making something that is not being made into a video, I just weigh everything directly into the bowl. It is so much easier than using measuring cups and volume measurement, and it's so much more accurate. So go ahead and mix this. You can also use a handheld mixer or even a Danish dough whisk to mix this. And you mix this for 5 minutes, a little bit longer if you're doing it by hand, and then scrape down the dough into the center so it gets nice and compact in there. And we're going to cover this and we'll put it in the fridge, like I said, for 24 hours. That's when it does best. So the next day, we'll go ahead and knead this and just knead it until smooth, like all my other recipes for dough. And go ahead and get your oven preheated to 450 F with a baking stone, baking steel, or even an overturned baking sheet on the lowest rack position in the oven. And we're dividing this dough into 95 grams each. And then we're going to make our round, smooth balls. I've done this in so many of my videos when I'm making like rolls or something. It's very easy to do. Just kind of add your flour and get it pinched at the bottom or top, then flip it over to where that's the bottom and on a unfloured surface. So you need that friction. Just roll it around in the palm of your hand until it kind of sticks, and you can use your bench scraper to pick it up and do all of this for each one, and then we'll roll them out individually. So I like to dip this directly into the flour to get a nice coating of flour. You can also just sprinkle the flour on your surface and then on the top if you'd rather. So we're going for 6 inches in diameter on each of these. And if you weighed each one out to 95 grams, you should have no problem getting the proper thickness, because the thickness is really what determines if your pita will puff. And this is exactly 6 inches, so I'm going to do all the rest, roll them out. And I've got my oven preheated. And I'm going to bake just one at a time right now to show you. And normally I would put 2 in there at a time on a sheet of parchment. So just lift them up, get them on the parchment. I'm using my pizza paddle to like launch them into the oven. And watch this thing puff up. I mean, this is so great. I was so ecstatic. I was near jumping up and down in my kitchen when I saw this. And then what I'm doing is I'm brushing them with butter on both sides and I'm putting them on paper towels with another layer of paper towels and a towel on top. And that is just to keep them nice and warm and soft. And that is it, you guys. We are done. We are done with this recipe, and they were so easy to make. So simple, but oh my gosh, they are soft, tender, unlike any pita I've ever had. In fact, I was not a big pita lover back in my pre-celiac days. I always found them to be very dry, but these are far from dry. They bend, they're soft, they're absolutely delicious. They're so good you can eat them on their own by themselves. Enjoy.